are you doing in there? Some of the tools used in the secret underground laboratory are very old. Establishing the age of a tool can be difficult. Most don't have any date stamped on them, and even patent dates can have a range of decades. If a tool is of particular interest to collectors, there may be some serious research which reveals such historical details as when some small part was changed. This sort of thing only applies to tools made by manufacturers who were concerned about protecting patents and trademarks. Tools as old as the pyramids, the hammer, the saw, the chisel, and all the other common items found in any tool tote were manufactured as generic items, with no more marks or identifying features than a cat-eye marble. The only clue to their age is features which were patented in past decades. Since the lab is a working shop, there is little concern for the age, rareness, or collectability of any particular tool. What is important is whether it's usable and needed. Some of the tools are well over a century old, but 1921 wasn't really that long ago. A few pieces are identified as mid-19th century, and having made it this far will one day be a 2-century-old tool in someone's tool chest. There is no doubt which tool is the oldest in the secret underground laboratory, which requires a bit of explanation. It is the tool I have owned the longest, so in terms of tool seniority, it is the oldest. It can be dated precisely to 1963, the Christmas of 1963 to be precise. This little red block plane was part of a trio. It came with a claw hammer and a panel saw. If I remember correctly, the saw was about 20 inches long. I've lost track of the saw and the hammer, but the little red block plane has followed me for 50 years. The Sears logo in black paint is still barely visible. It came out of a box with my name embossed on a red plastic adhesive label. That was some fairly high-tech stuff in 1963. For some reason I felt the need to scratch my initials on the other side, but I had no idea when or why. I thought my plane might be confused with somebody else's. It has a small specks of paint over most of the body. I don't know how that happened, but I've seen so many planes speckled in the same way. I've come to suspect it may be some sort of organic process peculiar to planes. This was in the day when Sears was the place where everything a working man needed could be found under one roof. My father was a loyal Sears customer, and if Sears didn't sell it, it might not be all that necessary. This was before the days of Home Depot and Lowe's. It was certainly before the dawn of Amazon or Harbor Freight. My father's modest set of power and hand tools all bore the Craftsman name. All our major appliances were from Sears as well. His reasoning was simple. Sears had parts for everything they sold. If the switch on the washing machine wore out, he went to the Sears warehouse where the part was on the shelf or promptly ordered. The idea of paying someone to repair something didn't seem to have occurred to him. It's the philosophy for which I am still paying today. I don't think anyone is expecting Christmas presents from Sears this year. It's a shame, but the death of Sears has been declared many times, so who knows. For myself, I'm going to get up on Christmas morning, clamp a piece of wood in the vise, and I'll take my little red Sears block plane and smooth the edge just to watch the shavings curl. Merry Christmas from the Secret Underground Laboratory, Recovery, and Salvage.